Rifters, we are live here on the Go Network. It's a fine Tuesday evening here in Norwood, Massachusetts. And we got the green lights going. It's a nice festive feel, I guess. And we're here. Go Network Studios. Episode 155 of Static Riff Radio. And we're going to have a really good show in store for you guys today. We're going to talk about Hulu's big acquisition recently. We're going to talk about the Video Game Awards.
Yep.
The Video Game Awards. I don't know if they have like a cool name. I'm just calling them the Video Game Awards.
Just Video Game Awards, yeah.
Just Video Game Awards.
They keep it simple.
We're also going to talk about a special game that was announced during the said Video Game Awards.
Yes.
And then we're going to end the show with our review of Creed 2. So I'm going to leave that to the end of the show, just in case if you want to see it and you haven't saw it already and you don't want to get spoiled, then you don't have to. You can just tune off at the end of the show. So that will be the last segment of the show, because me and Jason both saw it last weekend. After last week's show, we went straight to the theater.
And you didn't invite me.
And we didn't invite Dimitri, because you were too busy getting your 1 cent Whopper.
Yeah.
Actually, I got that today. Thank you very much.
Oh, well.
Oh, you were so excited last week that we thought that, there was no chance.
We didn't want to deprive you of your
Yeah.
1 cent Whopper joy.
I know.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
quite joyful.
You would have had to
Sure.
You would have had to drive by it too as we were going to the theater.
Oh,
You
that's
probably
true.
wouldn't have been able to handle it.
I would have waved and then started crying.
Yeah. And we can't have crying people in the theater. Just can't do it.
So that will, like I said, will be our last segment. We'll probably open up after what we consumed with the Hulu segment, and then we'll get into the video game stuff for the meat of the show. It will be Jason's first segment. He's going to lead his first segment, so...
Yeah, so it'll be the end of Static Riff Radio as we know it.
No.
We'll lead off his segment at all.
You'll be
Thank God.
down.
You'll be fine.
Rome
You'll
will
be
burn.
fine. You will be fine.
Didn't Rome already burn?
It will burn again. That's how bad it will be.
You'll be fine.
No, it'll be cool.
Because I didn't watch it at all, so you have to. It's all you, man. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
here to help, to pat you on the back and show support.
I unfortunately sat through the whole thing, so...
Oh, it wasn't good.
Wait.
Oh, well, we'll get to it.
Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll explain.
And Dimitri, a game that me and you talked about recently.
I know. I saw that.
Yeah, I figured you'd be excited.
There's actually another game that I'm excited for as well, but we'll talk about it later.
Okay, we'll
Oh,
get
yeah.
to it. We'll get to it. So as we start every show, we talk about what we consumed this past week. And you know what? I'll go first.
Oh,
Because
nice.
I don't want to take up a lot of our time. I'm going to try not to. But usually I do when we go first. So I'm going to go first. So I try not to take it all, which I'm doing already. So
And the show's over.
so this week, I went to a haunted house.
Oop.
I know, haunted house in December. Pretty
I
cool.
was going to say an out-of-season haunted house.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is really cool. So I love haunted houses. You guys know that. I try to go to as many as I can during the season. But this year I was out of commission in October, so I only got to go to one. I didn't get to go to many, which stinks because usually I try to go to a handful, maybe like 5 or 6, maybe even more than that if I can. But I only went to one. So last weekend, Fright Kingdom in Nashua, New Hampshire had a special Christmas-themed haunted house.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like evil Santa Claus and stuff like that?
It was Krampus-themed.
Nice. Okay.
It was called The Fright Before Christmas.
You don't
like
see
it.
you don't see
I
Krampus
like it.
much in the States.
I feel
Yeah.
like he's getting more popular. You're getting a little bit more crampy-ish every year. A little bit more cramp in your life.
I know I'm getting crampier.
Yeah, that's definitely happening.
Well,
Yeah.
Cramp's he's rearing his ugly head. And you don't want him there, but he's there. So generally they have 4 mini houses in their big place. It looks like a big factory almost. And it's 4 little haunted houses that you go through. This time, I want to say it was only 3 out of the 4, but it felt really long. So it might have been all 4, but they just really decorated one of them really well. So generally, this is a pretty good haunted house, but they usually don't change up a lot for their normal October house. But for this one, they changed up a ton. They had a lot of good make-upped people walking around before. So before you even get to go in, you kind of can chill out in this like foyer area where you can get like refreshments or popcorn, and they have like movie memorabilia around there and stuff. So a lot of like cool, a lot of cool like autographs or memorabilia or costumes or.
So it's like a little soiree before you actually go into the scary part. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, like I said, this was all Krampus themed and cannibal elves themed. So you go in and you, I guess, walk through Santa's house or the North Pole type deal.
Sure.
And there's a lot of like people or dead people around in Santa's house. And then you finally go to Santa's workshop where there's a lot of dead elves and they threw some awful snow at me. So first off, I got to jump back to the beginning here because I'm getting ahead of myself. So you stay in the place, the little foyer area where you can get your refreshments if you want or look at cool stuff. Then finally, when you go in, there's like a line to get in too, like the first house.
Right.
And then there's this creepy looking dude there. He's just like chilling. I'm trying to think of the dude's name. He looks like an actor, like a famous actor.
Okay.
He looks like Randy Quaid.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so he looks like Randy Quaid.
So
but
kind of like a deranged middle-aged man.
after Randy Quaid started to let himself go, though.
Gotcha, okay.
So we were there with 10 people because we were going for one of my friend's sister's boyfriend's birthday. Mouthful.
Okay.
No relation.
Yeah.
No relation.
Right.
So we were there for him. So there was a bunch of us there. Some of my friends' family members, a lot of our friends, stuff like their significant others, all that stuff. So we wanted to split the group 5 and 5 because 10 would have been way too long. And they were doing pretty good. We thought they were just gonna conga line us in, which would have been awful, but they didn't. So they're talking to Randy Quaid, and he's like just being belligerent and not paying attention or whatever. So then one of us says to him like, "Oh, can you slow down? Like we don't want to go in yet. We want to split the group." And then he belligerently says something to me, and I was like, "No, I didn't pay attention or whatever." And this dude gives me a wet willy.
Oh.
This dude gives me a wet willy. And they're not supposed to touch you.
Yeah, no.
And
especially with that.
I lost my mind.
Yeah.
I lost it.
No, that's
so
not
finally
good.
they let us in. The first house is really cool. The second one, like I said, you kind of go into Santa's workshop with a bunch of like cannibal elves, and they're throwing this crappy snow at you, and it's like a mixture of glitter, and it feels like either plexiglass or sawdust or something. I don't know.
Oh.
It was like super itchy as soon as it hit me, and they
It
like
was probably fiberglass from the wall.
that's what I'm thinking.
Right, yeah.
Like something like that.
They
Plexiglass, fiberglass,
They
whatever it
cleaned out their
was.
ceilings and walls and just thought, this would be good to use.
And made it look like snow.
They were just throwing asbestos at you.
And just tossed it at me. And it was the worst, itchiest feeling. So you get through that. Finally, you get to like Krampus's like cave or lair, which is pretty cool. Overall, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. There was one point where we had to walk through like a dark maze. Like it was completely pitch black. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
And it got to a point that if you touched the walls, you got shocked. So you couldn't touch the walls.
I think it's illegal.
The floors moved slightly. No, it wasn't like a bad shock. It was like a little like, whoa.
Okay.
Like when you lick a battery.
Like touching a metal door in the winter type of stuff?
Sure, yeah. It was like, or like,
yeah, yours is better.
You rubbed a balloon too much. And
okay.
Do you do that
little
often?
shock.
Do you do that often?
Rub a balloon too much? No, I mean like when I was a kid, maybe. Come on, you've rubbed a couple balloons in your life.
Is that a metaphor?
No, I'm just telling you, you have. Everyone has.
I think Dimitri wants it to be a metaphor.
Right.
Like really badly.
Get your mind out of the gutter here, Dimitri.
So 18 minutes in, that didn't take long.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, dark maze. Then you get to Krampus's like cave lair, and at the end you get the creepiest looking Krampus. This dude had to be like 6 feet tall, hunched down, and like very low to the ground, like he's like right near your knees.
Yeah.
Which anything like low to the ground and scary.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
Is not good.
No.
Is not good at all. So I'm gonna try and find a photo of him
Ooh,
and
yeah.
maybe post it up on
Yeah, I gotta see this dude.
Well, I have I can show you, but I can't show them yet.
Let's see.
Ah, that
This-
sucks.
Yeah, well.
There you go.
There it is. Oh.
Technology.
But he was like basically down on all fours, like right near your like lower body knee area.
Why does he has like bunny ears, but he's evil.
No, they're horns.
Those. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, all right. They're horns. Yeah, all right. Now I see.
He's a pretty good crampy looking guy.
He's got horns. He's very furry. He's got like tattered clothing.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what he looks like? He looks like the rabbit from Donnie Darko.
Kinda.
Yeah,
a
he
little
does.
bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, if the rabbit had horns, basically.
Well, the rabbit, maybe Krampus had a kid. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. He looks like Krampus to me. I thought they did a really good job.
Maybe
Yeah.
Krampus got with a rabbit and the Donnie
yeah,
Darko
it was,
character.
Yeah.
It was a really good time. They actually got me scared a good amount of times. I was surprised.
Oh, good.
Well,
So,
yeah. There you
besides throwing sawdust,
I know that's
snow
very
at
difficult
me,
for you to get
go.
scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty good. They got me a couple times. So,
Cool.
kudos to them. Yeah, it was really good. I would recommend it, but it was only a 2-day thing, so unfortunately,
Oh.
you
Bummer.
cannot go. It's all over. It's all
That's
gone.
pretty quick.
Krampus
Yeah,
left.
geez.
He's got to go get busy to start cramping people,
Yeah.
and scaring them
No,
and
that's
stuff,
hard work, you know.
hiding kids in little bags or whatever he does.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I did.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. How about
Nice.
you guys?
I finished Luke Cage season
Whoa.
2.
Yes.
Finally, after months of me saying that I would do it, I finally did it. And it was good. I liked it. I'm like you. I'm iffy on the ending, in terms of whether or not I'm actually happy with it, or if I'm just sort of like, okay, it's all right.
So
but-
we refrain from talking about the ending on the show.
yeah,
So we're going to talk about it. It's been off long
Yeah.
enough.
yeah.
It's
At this point,
canceled.
if I beat you to it, then you've been really slow on it. So too
Yeah.
bad. Like, yeah.
So what bothered me, and me and Jason talked about this off show, once he told me he was done with it. What really bothered me was the last scene of the final episode, which is Luke Cage is a crime boss now. The show ends
Hey, you ruined it.
with Luke Cage
Yeah, spoiler
becoming
alert. Yeah.
a crime boss.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty awful. I think that it completely destroyed the essence of the character of Luke Cage. So if you're a fan of Luke Cage, you know that he's not like that at all. That's not
no.
in any way, shape, or form his character. And I felt that it took everything that he worked hard on from season 1, Defenders, the first, more than 3/4 of the second season, and everything he worked on is completely gone.
It's almost like every conversation he had with Danny Rand was just thrown out the window.
Sure.
Like he didn't listen to him at all.
or any conversation he had with anybody.
With anybody, yeah.
Yeah.
Claire,
all those
any of them.
All those times that he had all those conversations with Mariah,
Yep,
he's basically Mariah Jr. now.
he is, yeah.
He owns the club. He's
He
standing.
basically gave Mariah exactly what she wanted, too.
Right.
Which is really weird. Because
Right.
it's like you'd think he'd want to do the exact opposite of what she kind of had planned, and instead he fell right into it. And he's
That's
like,
what she wanted.
He's like, oh, no, yeah, no, I'll do what Mariah says. Like, what are you doing?
Because another spoiler alert, she ends up dying in this season.
Which I actually liked, but
So you liked it.
I did.
I can handle it, but I just feel that she's their best villain,
She is.
and you could have done so much more with her.
I liked it purely because of the execution of it, because it even caught me off guard.
Sure, yeah, it was definitely a surprise. It was
Yeah.
definitely shocking, but I just feel like you could just do so much more with her character.
Yeah.
She was getting on the level of like Kingpin, where she was getting to that next echelons of villain.
Yeah, where she was so hateable, but you also were kind of like, yeah, but you're so good at what you do.
And I was just waiting for her to get out of jail and do something else, and it just didn't happen. She ended up dying, so that was slightly disappointing, but I could accept it.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I disagreed with it, but I can accept it. It's not. But changing Luke Cage's character completely just destroyed everything for me.
The only thing I can think of to justify that is kind of like what you were saying to me all season when, I was complaining to you that I thought he was more whiny and more needy this season.
Sure.
He was acting like an adolescent child at times. And you sort of said, well, they're trying to show that he's human. Even though he's indestructible, so to speak, that he's not emotionally indestructible and that he has flaws just like all the rest of us. So I think the only thing I can justify the ending with is that they're trying to continue showing that. Like, Luke thinks this is a good idea, but everyone around him doesn't. Like, they sort of panned around the club at the end and, like, they show Misty and they show him saying, send Claire home, and it's like, there's a ton of people who disagree with his move. But he thinks it's right, and they probably thought, we're going to have a season 3 to iron that out. Oops, that didn't happen.
But how could you think... That'd be like, I don't know, someone from the Holocaust joining the Nazis. That'd be like... That'd be like someone that's against animal cruelty testing on animals.
Would that be like Captain America joining Hydra?
Sure.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but that wasn't his doing, though. It ended up not being his doing. This is through Luke Cage's own volition. He's choosing to be this. He's choosing, in his mind, if he can control crime, it won't be as bad, but it's still happening.
Yeah.
It's just not happening in his neck of the woods.
And he admits it's still going to happen. I mean, that's the conversation he had with Misty. He goes,
and that's awful.
He's like, look, crime's going to happen. We can't completely stop it, but at least I can manage it. And she's like, what the F is wrong with you?
That's like Batman. That's what he does. He knows that crime's never going to stop, so that's why he does what he does.
But Batman never does anything like...
Yeah. But Batman still
He's
fights.
not like, hey, Joker, you can rob that store, but that's it.
The difference is that Batman still fights against it, whereas Luke Cage is sort of like, no, I'll just join in and try to manage it. And that's where Misty was like, no.
Lots of people have tried doing that, though.
I'm just not I'm not a fan of it.
It was definitely weird, and like I said to you, I'm wondering if all the backstage or on-set turmoil or whatever led to such a poor decision at the end.
Maybe.
Where they were just all so sick of each other and there was so much infighting that they went, you know what, F it, just do this.
Because it kind of seems, too, that they thought about, you had your, 12 episodes that happened, and there's no sniff of this happening at all.
Yeah.
And then it
comes out of nowhere.
In the final episode, it was just like somebody like woke up and was like, let's make him a crime boss.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
You know what would be cool? Like, yeah.
And then, and even like halfway through the episode, it's still, it's just like the final half of the last episode. They're just like, let's make him a crime boss.
Because it does seem like the kind of thing where they just say, you know what, we're probably going to get canceled anyway because of all this crap, so whatever, just do whatever you want, because who cares? Like, we're not going to come back for a season 3, so F it. Just do whatever you want.
See, I think they thought they were coming back.
Maybe. And
just
maybe,
like Daredevil thought, just like Iron Fist thought. They all thought they were coming back. Daredevil the most, obviously.
Yeah, they definitely did.
But Netflix was just like, you're out of here.
You're out of here. Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. So it was definitely weird. I still enjoyed it. I thought it was slightly better than season 1.
See, I thought...
But it did leave a weird sort of ending. Like, I don't know.
The final episode ruined it for me.
Yeah.
It can't come back from that. It was almost to the point that I was like, you know what? I'm kind of happy it got canceled.
Oh, I'm kind of feeling that way too. Don't get me wrong. As much as I did enjoy it.
See, now what I thought was going to happen was they were going to cancel both shows and then make Heroes for Hire,
right?
But have it like start out with maybe him and Iron Fist like fighting against each other for a little bit,
yeah,
and then deciding, all right, let's start making money off this,
right? Like
Luke Cage has always been a person he wants to do the right thing, but he wants to get paid.
He does, yeah.
But in this at the end, he's not getting paid. They're not paying him money to be a crime boss.
No.
He's just a crime boss.
But he's getting money from owning the club.
That's so whack, though.
Yeah, but again, like you said, he wants to get paid. So
Yeah, but he's not getting paid for doing anything. He's just
no, but that was like, it was, he loves Harlem, and that place is sort of like the center, the heart of Harlem, if you will. So
and like even he agreed that like the club shouldn't be there. And then all of a sudden he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna.
no. All of a sudden, no, just kidding. It should stay. Yeah,
Anybody who's up on that top floor, they're always corrupt.
yeah.
But I don't know.
I will say that I was iffy on the decision overall. What really bothered me, though, was how quickly he seemed to settle into a cottonmouth type role, where he's just like standing with his hands behind his back, like looking all like boss like. And I don't know, like I feel like they should have shown him at least being like, yeah, I think this is the right move, but I'm still not sure. Instead, he was just like 100% like, nope.
Or did he not learn anything from Bushmaster? He learned
I don't think he
nothing.
did.
Learned nothing from Bushmaster's
He learned
story.
absolutely nothing from him. No.
It
Like
just-
I said, it's like he just ignored everyone who talked to him that season. Whether it was Danny Rand or Misty or Claire or Bushmaster, he just ignored all of them.
It's like
so weird.
it's like he got hit in the head or something.
Yeah.
And just completely
I don't know.
lost everything that he learned in the last 4 years or however long.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I gotta move on to Iron Fist. I gotta take a break from Marvel stuff for a while, but eventually I'll get to Iron Fist and then Daredevil.
Iron
So,
Fist is good for what it is. Again, it's another one of those, the final episode. At least they tease it though. So
Right.
you're kind of like, that will never happen. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. At least
And then it
it's
happens, and
okay.
then you're like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why did they do this?
So there's some warning a little bit.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous.
I mean, at least I'm going to go into Iron Fist knowing what to expect, so it should be a little bit better this time around. But
Now, Dimitri, you've watched all of Daredevil.
I have.
Do you get a crappy ending like that too? Or is it just quality the whole way?
I think it's quality the whole way. They do a very good job at keeping the dramatics that Daredevil is.
But do
the
you
inner turmoil?
do you get like a crappy, like out of nowhere ending like that?
No.
Like, does he all of a sudden get his eyesight back or something? At the end, he's like, now I can see.
I can see, yes.
Well, he did actually get kicked in the head, and for a split second, he's like, "Oh my god, I can see!" And then he got punched in the head, and he couldn't see.
You're lying.
I am.
Okay, because I would have been like, get the
Oh
hell
my
out of
God,
here with that. Get the hell out of here with that.
Oh no, that would have been so bad.
No, but they do. The ending is very good. I like the ending.
Okay, I was gonna say that's like CW writing. I don't want that. No,
Hey,
No, no, no,
hey,
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 I had to
time
do
out,
it.
time
I
out.
had to do it.
Time out.
CW rating if he was half naked the entire time.
The CW shows right now are killing it this season.
I'm actually watching Elseworld. We'll talk about that as well.
The Flash is the best it's been in 5 years. Arrow is the best it's been in 7 years. Legends of Tomorrow
I don't watch that.
has a breath of life now that they have mystical creatures in it
Oh, don't they have
involved in it.
Constantine?
And they do have Constantine, yeah.
Mm.
So they're dealing with like mythical creatures, you know, like the fairy godmother or a minotaur or
So it basically turned into Grimm or what's Once Upon a Time.
kind of, but instead of just the time fugitives being in different eras, it's now these mythical creatures, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
It gives you a different approach to the show, and I think it's really cool.
Breathed new life into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been very, very good. Generally, it's like a roller coaster type deal where you'll get a couple really good episodes, and then it will just go down for a few episodes, then it will pop back up. Through 5 or 6 episodes so far that I've seen, it's been really, really, really good. So I've really enjoyed it. Every CW show has been really good. Supergirl's really good. They've all been really good. So I've been very happy with them. So no.
I had to. It was too easy.
Hey, if you haven't seen them, you can't comment on them.
Yeah.
They're good. I wouldn't steer you wrong.
Yeah, I know. But CW would. So.
Well, I mean, CW, they do CW them a little bit.
Mm.
Definitely Arrow. There's a few seasons where it gets bleh.
Yeah.
But The Flash has been quality the whole way through. I think Supergirl's really good. I know Dimitri's not a big fan.
No, I only watch Flash, but the only reason I'm watching the other ones right now is because of the
crossover, yeah.
Elseworld crossover.
I'm not there yet. I still got to catch up on Supergirl, so I haven't.
I actually haven't watched any of them for the last year, so the crossover has nothing to do with the other shows. It's like its own little event.
Yeah, but they set it up though, kinda.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I wouldn't know.
Oh well, you should watch The Flash. It's really good.
I do watch The Flash. That's the only one I watch.
Oh, okay. You made it sound like you hadn't watched any of them.
Oh no, I only watch The Flash.
How about that episode, the last episode right before, where he went back in time again?
I saw that. Yep.
That was so good. That was so good.
I take Flash with a kind of a grain of salt because it is still a CW show.
Sure.
So as a CW show, it's very good, but as a non-CW show, it's a little melodramatic.
Okay, sure, yeah, but I mean, not every show can have the adult-oriented things like a Netflix show.
That's true, yes.
So for network television, it's really, really
yeah,
good.
but I feel like if it was on AMC, it would probably be a bit more dramatic. Or if it was on USA, they'd probably all be wearing suits.
Well, let's hope that it's never on USA.
Yeah.
Every station has its own style, so.
Yeah.
I think it's a quality show, and they definitely do justice to the characters and everything. So
I think also Flash is my favorite character out of the 4 other shows, so that's probably why I'm still drawn to it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Arrow's really good this year. They like really came back to basics, kind of, and that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
although Sherlock annoys me.
Oh yeah. Well, they got to keep him on the show.
Oh yeah.
They need a different Wells every season, it seems now.
Yeah. Although he's pretty good at playing different characters. Well,
yeah, and that last episode,
similar characters but different like personas.
Sure, yeah. He's really good. He is really good. And he directed that episode too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, good. Kudos to him.
Yeah.
How about you, Dimitri? What did you do? Aside watching The Flash.
Well, I'm currently watching, so I'm 2 episodes in of Elseworld, which are the only 2 that came out. I believe there's another one tonight.
Yeah, the last one's tonight.
I thought that was 4.
No, they only did 3 this time.
Oh.
Because generally it's all the shows.
Oh, yeah, the
but
Legends of Tomorrow
isn't crossing over with them.
I was really disappointed about that, actually.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not.
Which is really weird, because I'm 2 out of the 3 in, apparently, and they're not even close to figuring it out. So I thought it was going to be a 4-episode thing, but the story is moving along, like, slower. Or like, as though it's 4 episodes.
So maybe they won't fix everything. Maybe it'll be one of those things that now the rest of the seasons
are all affected by it.
Yeah, kind of like when they had Flashpoint.
Yes, that's true. Maybe, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Didn't think of that, but yeah. So I'm watching that. It's interesting. Definitely.
Have you seen Batwoman yet?
But yes, you do see her in the 2nd episode.
How is she?
She's pretty cool. I believe she's played by what's her name? The girl from Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
The blonde?
No. It's a secondary character.
Like Ruby something.
Yeah.
Oh, Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't a big fan of her being cast, but
she's not bad in this. She's pretty cool.
She holds her own.
Yeah. Which is weird because I thought that the Batwoman costume, the red hair, is apparently part of the costume.
Yeah,
and not the real hair.
Well, she has red hair herself, but she has really like short hair.
Yeah, she has really short hair. So the red hair is part of the cowl.
Yeah.
Which I find really weird, but whatever.
Yeah, because it throws people off from her having short red hair instead.
Yeah, that's true.
Long red hair.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, let's see what else. I had fast food for the first time today.
You got that 1-cent Whopper.
I did.
Whopper,
It was delicious. I'd do it again if my body let me.
So my question, I guess, about the 1-cent Whopper is, what if you don't like all the stuff on it? Can you, like, when you order it?
When you order through the app, you customize it. So
oh, really?
Yeah, you'd say no tomatoes, no whatever, or you can change it around, obviously.
That changes the game a little bit.
So that was my fear, yeah.
Oh, no. It goes through the regular menu. So, like, it says customize, and you can do whatever you want. You can add sauce or extra whatever it is, but I don't really care, so I just go through it.
All right.
And then you could either go into it or drive through. I literally just went up to the drive-through, said my order number, and they handed me the food, and I drove away. So it was kind of cool ordering through the app.
So you paid with your money on the app?
Yes.
Like with your card or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't have to hand them the card, nothing?
No.
Get out.
It was pretty cool. I'll probably never do it again. I'll probably delete the app after this, but it was a cool one.
So is it-
one-off experience.
Yeah, that's totally a lie.
lie.
You're going to
Hold
get
on.
another
No, you're a
1 cent
liar.
Whopper.
Only because the 1 cent offer promotion, I think, ends in a few days.
Okay.
So
Well then, yeah.
So do you have to buy anything else? You can legit just buy that 1 cent Whopper.
I think you could buy that 1 cent Whopper. I bought something else. I bought one other thing, so the total was like $1.20 for everything. But I mean, for $1.20, I got a Whopper and a 10-piece chicken nuggets.
That'd be a great thing for your bank to see, on your account. 1 cent at Burger King. What the hell is this guy doing?
Right?
Burger King stealing my 1 cent.
Yeah, I was going to put a hold on this guy's car. This is shady.
But I mean, it's kind of cool, especially because around here we have a Burger King and McDonald's right next to each other.
Yes, we do.
So I know a few people. When I was reading about it, they had to find a McDonald's and drive to it to be with it, because the rules of the promotion are you have to be within 600 feet of a McDonald's. Turn on your GPS so that it knows where you are. The coupon turns on when you're within a McDonald's or within 500 square feet of McDonald's, and then you have to go to Burger King and get it.
So you could just be in the Burger King parking lot.
That's what I did
for
today.
our setup, yeah.
Yeah, for our setup, because we have a Burger King and McDonald's right across the street from each other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
we
didn't
got
really
it
matter.
good on that one.
But I mean, most don't. So I mean,
No.
you have to drive to McDonald's and then drive to
and
Burger
then
King.
traverse across town for your 1 cent
Exactly, and that's
Whopper.
really the only reason I did it,
Yeah, that makes sense.
because it was super easy.
So is it the normal BK app that they had, or is it like a new app?
I think that it's a new app. I've never used the old one, so I have no idea.
No, because I have the BK app, but I don't think you can customize anything.
I honestly do not know. I've never used
I'll
it.
have to-
I downloaded it 2 days ago, used it for the first time today.
We
I'm
have to
probably never going to use it
investigate.
again.
I'll have to investigate
Yeah,
further into
we're gonna
this.
Need to dive into this.
Need to find out what's going on.
Yeah,
All right,
check it
so
out.
we're going to go on a quick break, and we'll be back to talk Hulu and their newest acquisition. This is very big, so stay tuned. Here on the Go Network. So for our first segment of the night, we're going to be talking about Hulu's big acquisition. So Hulu signed a multi-year deal with one of the top creators in anime today, Funimation. Funimation is the people that give you some of the best animes out right now. My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. I believe they also show Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have a lot of old stuff too. The Goblin Slayer, they have a bunch of new stuff, a bunch of old stuff. Witch Hunter, Robin. They have so many anime on there that I probably couldn't name them all for you, but they have a ton of anime. Originally, they were on Crunchyroll. They ended their partnership with Crunchyroll for some reason. I don't know why they chose to end it. So Crunchyroll is going to be losing all of those animes, which is probably going to be a big hit to them. You also will not be able to see Funimation on VRV anymore. They won't have a channel on there anymore as well, since Crunchyroll owns VRV or VRV owns Crunchyroll, vice versa.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know which way it goes, but
Yeah, I think VRV is the parent company and
Yeah.
Crunchyroll's the channel or something like that.
probably.
So they are leaving Crunchyroll, which is a big hit to them. So Crunchyroll is not going to be your number one place to watch anime anymore. Hulu will be. So in 2019, Hulu will be getting all the rights to Funimation. So this partnership is going to give them, like I said, quality shows like My Hero Academia, Tokyo Ghoul, One Punch Man, I believe, Kill la Kill, a ton of shows. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, I think all the Dragon Ball family. So there's One Piece, I believe they show too. So basically I think they just don't have Naruto, and I don't think they have Bleach. That might be it. But don't even quote me on that. I'm not sure where. I think Naruto is a Viz. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's
Yeah.
Funimation, unfortunately. But Yeah, so they're going to have a ton of shows, but what's also quality for them, so while they're getting the streaming rights for all this, they'll also have a bunch of simulcasts. So when it comes out in Japan, they'll be popping it up. They'll be simulcasting. Sometimes when the Japanese episode comes out, the English episode will come out too. Sometimes they'll just simulcast the Japanese episode. So it depends on if there's a dubbing for the show or not, which is going to be really cool. If you don't know what a dub is, that's basically just the English language version of the anime.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be huge for Hulu.
Yeah, that's a big one for them.
We were talking about Disney having their streaming service. They have a stake in Hulu now, so you're going to have some of your adult-oriented Disney movies or shows kind of branching off to Hulu, or it seems it will be that.
Yeah.
So now they're going to have these adult movies probably from Fox, these adult movies from Disney. They're going to have probably Family Guy and American Dad and all those shows, because those are the Fox rights too, that Disney's probably not going to put them on their streaming service. So they're going to have all these shows, and then they're going to be the kingpin of all anime, which is huge.
That's a good claim to have. Yeah, that we have all the anime. Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, and it's kind of tough if you. I don't pay for Crunchyroll. Never used it. I don't do VRV either.
No.
So now, this will give you more of a reason to want to get Hulu.
Yeah, I mean it's incentive for anyone who wants to follow those shows who may have already been on the fence about Hulu. That might have pushed them over.
Sure,
They're
yeah.
like, okay, well now I'm going to, because now all that stuff's going over there. So it's a smart move on their part to get it, because they probably know that a lot of their audience is like that. That's kind of sitting on the fence, kind of waiting to see how things play out with all these different shows and movies and whatnot. And an acquisition like that can drive in a lot more viewers. So smart move from Hulu.
Yeah, and it also, if you want to watch these anime and you don't want to pay, because you can pay for Funimation's thing, and it's like $5.99 a month for their streaming service. But now, if you already have Hulu, this is all going to be included in your already, what is it, $10 for Hulu?
I think so, $10.99. Yeah,
something like that.
So
some of the animes they have Cyborg 009, Afro Samurai, Ace Attorney.
Oh, that's a good one.
It says Akira, but I think it's the movie. I don't remember there being an Akira anime that was like episodic, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
They have the Bayonetta anime, which I'm sure a lot of people will enjoy, because the game, a lot of people enjoy.
Game's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. They have a lot of stuff that is up and coming too. You can watch Blood Sea on there, another classic. Code Geass, both the relaunch and the original. You can watch Cowboy Bebop, another classic, one of the greatest of all time. Seems a lot of animes from Bones is on there, one of the best anime studios around. So there's definitely a ton of stuff that's on here that you can check out. A lot of stuff that was on Toonami at one point probably isn't on there anymore, so you can't. Eureka 7, stuff like that. A lot of animes that Full Metal Panic, if you've never seen it, you can check it out. That's going to be on there too. Fruit Basket. There's basically the best of the best is on here right now. And Dot Hack Sign, ton of really good anime, and they're just going to be adding a lot more.
Yeah.
They also announced, beside the simulcast, beside getting all the streaming things, they're going to come out with their own. They're going to be working on new shows together. So they're going to be premiering new co-premiere animes on there. So I guess working with Funimation to make new shows just for Hulu,
Wow. Yeah.
which will be really cool.
Yeah.
So
So Hulu is now your home for anime, basically.
Yeah, basically for the most part.
Yeah, both new and old. So
They said
we'll see.
the CEO of Funimation said Funimation and Hulu subscribers will have access to the very best anime that Japan has to offer, which is like totally true.
Yeah.
They said with this new deal, we are doubling down on our investment to continue growing our world-class anime offering with even more shows that we know our viewers love to watch. So I think that's going to be awesome. There's going to be so many things that you can watch on there. So if you're an anime fan, this is going to be something that you probably want. Like, I'm even thinking about it now. Do I want to get this? Do I want to put my money into Hulu?
That's what they're aiming for. They'll probably get it too. They're gonna get a lot of people switching over. So,
well, you got to figure that Crunchyroll is going to lose a ton.
oh, they're screwed. Yeah,
A ton
they're
of.
screwed.
But I guess Crunchyroll, after they lost all the Funimation stuff to Hulu, they announced that they're going to be acquiring or partnering with the new anime streaming service, High Dive. I've never heard of it.
Don't know what that is.
With titles including Made in Abyss and Bloom. Never heard any of these. They must be like super up and coming.
Yeah, I guess so. I've
Yeah.
never heard of them.
They're a relatively new streaming service, and Crunchyroll kind of had them replace Funimation, which is not a good replacement.
That's a tall task.
It's-
Yeah, I don't.
It's not a good.
All due respect to High Dive and whatever that is, but yeah, I don't know.
I haven't even heard of those animes before.
No, neither have I.
Into the Abyss. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
It's gonna be really cool because, like I said, you can watch classic shows. Cowboy Bebop's one of the greatest animes of all time. That will be on there. And there's a bunch of other stuff. If you want to check out Afro Samurai, that's on there. That's another quality show. That newer shows like Ace Attorney, it's on there. Like I said, there's going to be so many cool things. My Hero Academia, if you maybe missed it on Adult Swim, Toonami, and you're hearing the hype, you listen to me
Yes.
saying how great it is and how much I love it.
It's blowing up right now.
It's blowing up, and if you want to watch it, and obviously you're not going to be able to watch it on Toonami, they don't really replay
No.
shows, and they're already into the second season, so you can't catch up on demand at this point. Well, you probably catch up a few episodes, but you wouldn't be able to watch it from the beginning. So if you want to watch My Hero Academia from the beginning, you can do so on Hulu next year. You can also watch One Punch Man. Season 2's coming out. It's supposed to be coming out in April. It'll probably be premiering on Hulu.
Yeah.
They come April. They didn't say exactly when it is happening. They just say in 2019.
Okay.
So they didn't say. It just says starting next year. Maybe just soon as the year turns to 2019.
Yeah, I would imagine they'd want to start it right away.
Yeah.
As soon as they can. So they'll probably try to line it up with, new releases too. So yeah.
The second half of the third season of Attack on Titan's coming out in April too.
Yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul, their second season's coming out sometime in 2019, so that's going to be really big. There's just so many quality animes. I never realized how big Funimation is
Oh yeah.
for anime. I knew they had a lot of good stuff, but they really have they have everything. They legitimately have every anime you could think of. They have Sword Art Online. The third season just started premiering in Japan, so probably by the time Hulu gets it, they'll probably have the dub for it.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of Sword Art Online, like I am, huge fan, love it. Third season's supposed to be really, really big, really a lot of crazy stuff happening. A lot of can't think of the word. when something's like
A lot of hoopla around it.
no, when
No?
something's like obscene,
Oh.
controversial. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't
Controversial?
think of controversial.
Yeah, all right.
I kept thinking of Donald Trump in my mind.
Well, that's when you say obscene, yeah.
I was like, oh. A lot of controversial stuff is happening in the third season of Sword Art Online. That's what I keep hearing. I don't want to ruin anything for myself, but I hear a lot of crazy things are happening in the third season. I'm really excited for it. That's going to also be on Hulu and Funimation. Funimation's like Monopoly in
Yeah, they've really
anime.
They've cornered the market on anime. Yeah.
They really, it's insane. I honestly think the only thing that they don't have is Naruto and Bleach. I'm pretty sure those are the only two
No.
that I can think off the top of my head out of like the big anime that are out.
Yeah, and who cares about those anyway?
It's-
I know people do, but Naruto.
Naruto's amazing.
Is it?
It's one of the best.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Okay.
One of the best there is. But now they already have like Boruto, his son. The next generation of Naruto. I'm hearing it's not as good, but Funimation's like, I don't need it. I don't need you, Boruto.
Yeah.
All set.
Screw you.
Screw you. I don't need you.
Got enough going on.
Yeah, they got some quality. They got a lot of quality. So, Dimitri, what do you think of that? Hulu's gonna be your place for anime.
Yeah, I know. The good thing is I have Hulu, so I can watch everything.
There you go. Yeah, you're already all set.
Dimitri, you might have to share that password with me.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I might have to, or you'll just have to be here, and I'll sign in, and we can watch it here.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, there we go.
Maybe.
But no, I'm glad because I knew it was going somewhere. VRV obviously isn't around anymore, but there's got to be it seems like it's jumping every once in a while to different platforms all the time to whoever can give Funimation the biggest deal.
Yeah, that's what it's. Yeah, because their deal with Crunchyroll happened just 2016, so it was maybe like a year and a half, and then they were already like, "See you later, VRV and Crunchyroll. I'm out." Crunchyroll was like the number one place to watch anime.
Wasn't Funimation with Adult Swim like years ago too?
It still is. Like
Yeah.
all their shows are on Adult Swim. Like My Hero Academia is on there.
Maybe
One
it's just
Punch
like
Man's on
maybe
there.
it's like syndicating or something, or it's just whatever it is. Maybe they have a license to play it, but
Well, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
all the streaming and all the original airing is going to be happening on Hulu. So as soon as they're going to simulcast with Japan,
okay.
if there's a dub for the show, they'll.
When
air
is the deal supposed to happen?
It just says next year.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming as soon as 2019 rolls in.
Whoa, that's in a few weeks.
But
Yeah,
April's
well.
a big month for anime. Attack on Titan, second half of season 3 comes out
I hope it's on Hulu because I have only seen season 1.
of Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to check it out.
No, I know. I like the first one. I just didn't get a chance to watch the second one.
The first half of the third season just finished airing on Adult Swim.
Oh, is that where it airs now?
Yeah, it's always been on there.
Oh, okay.
That's where they have the dub for it.
Yeah, I usually watch stuff with dub, so I guess I'll have to wait until that one comes. I am with bated breath. I am waiting for One Punch Man so badly.
Hulu's going to be the spot for it.
There you
Good.
go.
I know.
You're going to
They're
be
gonna
all
be
squared away. Yeah.
I know. Once it comes out, I'll be
You're
the
probably
first
going to
know.
see it right
Yeah.
away. You watch the simulcast.
Good. I'll be
So-
up at 3 a.m.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be coming out in April too, I believe.
Is it?
April's a big month. Yeah, I'm
Nice.
pretty sure. April's the rumored month for One Punch Man, second half of Attack on Titan season 3, and My Hero Academia season 4, I believe, comes out in April. So it's going to be a big month.
There you
And I
go.
think Tokyo Ghoul season 2 is coming out relatively soon in 2019 as well. So
And for those One Piece lovers, Hulu has 11 seasons of it.
the 800 and something episodes.
I was going to say, aren't there like, yeah, there's a ton of episodes of that.
I tried watching One Piece. Couldn't do it.
No, it's too much of a commitment for me.
I watched the first 100 episodes.
Oh, you made it further than I did.
I got to episode 16.
I watched 100 episodes,
Yeah.
and after 100 episodes, I was just like,
I think I got through like 5
There's
because
so-
I didn't realize how much there was,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I actually saw it and I was like, oh, screw this.
There's so much filler. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
No, too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, there can't be. These can't all be quality shows if there's that many of them. No.
In the way that anime is becoming the I can't even
format.
the landscape of anime has changed.
Yeah.
Where before you'd
It's
have
evolving.
yeah, it's evolved. It's definitely evolved. Where when you'd watch anime, you'd have to have all this filler because it would have to catch up with the source material and all that, and you'd have to wait for more source material to come out so you could have more anime episodes. Now they're doing it in season formats where it never used to be. The show would just continue. It would just go until they decided not to make the show anymore. So for shows like One Piece, for shows like Naruto that used to have a good amount of filler, for shows like Inuyasha back in the day where they had to like end the show in the middle, just randomly end. There was no end to it. It's just like an episode, the last episode aired and you were just like,
It just cut out.
yeah, just there was no
yeah, that's bizarre.
climax. There was nothing, and then like 8-10 years later, they gave you the final season. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or you had to have the first Full Metal Alchemist, and they had to end it differently from the source material because it wasn't finished yet. So they had to just randomly pull something out their ass, and
Yeah.
it wasn't as good. And then finally they came out with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, so it would stick to the source material. Now they don't have those problems anymore. That's not going to happen anymore because they're coming in these seasonal formats, which I think is really good. It's really done anime some justice.
Yeah, it's a better way to do it, I think.
Yeah, I think that the way they were doing it before, unless the manga was out for a long time and there was a lot of material that you could fit into,
Yeah.
it that was it. If it wasn't, if it was something relatively new that was only out for maybe a year or two, it sucked. You getting a lot of filler, a lot of crappy studio made episodes that had nothing to do with the author's vision that created the source material. So, yeah, just it wasn't fun. Sometimes it was, or you got really short, concise animes like Trigun or Cowboy Bebop.
Those both are awesome. Or
The-
what's the one in space? Oh, the one on the ship, Space Dandy.
Space Dandy,
I know that's not them, but that reminded me of it.
same studio,
Oh, really? There you go.
same studio.
That's probably why.
Yep. So
Oh, there you go.
same people that created them. So yeah, I want a third season of Space Dandy.
Yep.
I really do. I hope they come out with another season. That'd be great. But yeah, now it sucks to have to wait for it,
Sure.
but now it's just all quality.
Yeah.
There's no lulls, there's no
Well,
points.
yeah, it's not
It's
like
no garbage.
It's not like One Piece that literally just runs forever. They have they have probably a couple years or a year between seasons to come up with a story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Or luckily, most of them, like My Hero Academia, has like some cushion.
Yeah.
They have a couple years of source material. So since they're going into seasons, when giving you like 13 to 25 episodes every season, they can kind of work into it, slow themselves down. Same thing with One Punch Man.
Yep. Well, One Punch Man's the first season came out like 3 years ago.
I don't think it was that long.
It was a while.
Maybe like 2. Maybe it's going on 3. But
I know there's a lot of time between the Attack on Titan shows too.
well, they're at least up to 3 seasons.
Right. No, but there's a lot of time between the seasons.
I think they're getting a lot quicker now. They're definitely getting a lot quicker.
Well, yeah, because they knew that there was such a demand for it now.
Attack on Titan came out, 2015 or 2016? And you've already had 3 seasons? It's not too bad. It's getting better with the seasons, too, because before a season would come out, and you'd have to wait like 3 years for them to make another one because they're not used to making seasonal things. It's not like American television where you have a season every year, and they're working 6 months out of the year to get you this show. Where, they'd record all the anime, and that'd be it. And then they'd come out when they decided to make another one. But
Yep.
now these shows are getting so popular and getting so big that they're like, all right, we got to kind of keep pumping these out. We got to keep doing this. So,
Yeah.
all right, that's going to be the end for this segment. We're going to take a quick break. couple minutes, and then we'll be back to talk the Video Game Awards, and it's going to be Jason's first segment that he's going to lead.
Yeah, don't run away just yet.
So don't run away. We'll be back, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned.
Well, Mario remix there. Cool. All right. Welcome back, Rifters. So we're going to get into the Video Game Awards, which took place this past Thursday, in case you missed it. It was streaming live on Twitch. You might actually still be able to go watch it back. Video on demand. I don't know.
It's streamed on Twitch. Was this the same Video Game Awards that used to be on Spike?
I believe so. Yeah.
So what? They chose not to put it on TV anymore and put it on Twitch?
I guess so. I mean, let's face it. That's where gamers hang out and watch stuff is on Twitch now.
Do you feel that that's like a bad idea? Because I feel like for me, someone that's not really into as much gaming as I used to be,
yeah,
I'm never going to go on Twitch to watch that.
Really?
Like, if I was interested to watch it,
yeah,
I'm not going to go on Twitch.
Okay. See, I think it's okay because like then you can have actual like Twitch streamers live streaming them.
Also,
reacting
Spike
to it.
TV doesn't exist anymore, so
Yeah, it's
no,
Paramount.
but I'm just whatever. But I'm just saying they couldn't have found another channel. They couldn't have put it on like
I suppose.
I don't know.
But I think it's okay being on Twitch. I think for gamers it's actually more accessible than asking them to find a whole new network that maybe they don't usually watch.
Or they couldn't have put it on like YouTube or something. I don't know.
Well, that's the same as Twitch.
I guess. I don't
Essentially.
know.
Yeah. So anyway,
I've never watched a video on Twitch in my life.
you should. Twitch is, there's some good stuff on there. There's some annoying stuff on there, but
they had a Pokemon marathon.
yeah. Yeah, you can watch a lot of Pokemon stuff on there. Yeah. You can watch Ninja play Fortnite for like 10 hours straight.
I don't even know who that guy is, and I already hate him. I
Okay.
hear his name all the time.
So Ninja, all right. So the Video Game Awards, we'll talk about the awards part of it a little bit. Only a little bit though, because to me, I look forward to the Video Game Awards for the reveals. They always announce new games or there's new trailers that come out. The actual awards themselves, I don't really care about. This year it was basically almost a Red Dead sweep. They won almost everything, which I get. There was definitely some backlash on that because Red Dead was the most recent one to come out of all the games that were nominated.
So do you have like a list of the winners and the nominees?
I can pull one up, yeah.
Because I'm interested, and I'm sure some of the listeners are,
yeah. So, all right, let's get
as
the
to
complete
who
list
won
here.
and who had the chance of winning.
Sure. So, okay. So we got the full list of winners here. So the biggest award of the night obviously was Game of the Year, which Red Dead did not actually win, which made a lot of people happy. I know, right? Can you imagine? The nominees for that were Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, which is actually a game I had not heard of before.
I've never heard of it either.
But I'm going to look into it now. Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2, and God of War. God of War ended up winning, which...
So is it just like all PlayStation games?
It's a lot of PlayStation games, yeah.
Shenanigans.
But
Calling shenanigans here.
I'm pumped that God of War won. God of War was a great game. It was so much better than the other three that came out before it. It was so much more in-depth. Just great story behind it. It was really well done. So
I heard a lot of good things about it.
yeah, I definitely recommend it. If you play the other God of Wars and you were hesitant, I would definitely pick the new one up. It's way better. They really turned that operation around. There were some other categories like best ongoing game, which is still in kind of an iffy category because it's like I guess it's just game that's been, going on for a while.
Final Fantasy.
No, it wasn't Final Fantasy wasn't even nominated.
So lay me
So
with...
it's like games like Destiny 2, Overwatch, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, No Man's Sky.
One Piece the game.
So
No.
games that are continuing on and they keep
Right.
adding content to them.
But obviously the winner was Fortnite. So that kind of was like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Clearly, of course, it's going to win because...
Do you
It's-
feel like they made that category just so Fortnite?
Yeah.
It really
yes,
does feel
yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
It was made for either Fortnite or Overwatch.
Yeah.
One of those two was going to
And
win.
the best thing about it is that's not even the game Fortnite really is.
No, it's not. It's true.
That multiplayer thing is just they just stole from PUBG.
And
Yeah.
Fortnite's a relatively new game. It's only been around for what, like a year or two?
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
already into like their 7th season, which I'm still figuring out how that works.
Or update, if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just updates, but they call them seasons. It's dumb.
Yeah, and they add crazy stuff like they added Thanos to one of them or something like that.
Yeah, and now they're adding
Nerf
like
gun.
a creation zone. It's weird.
It's like Minecraft now.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Yeah. So then there was some like best game direction also went to God of War. Basically the same nominees for that one, although I think it should have been. So there's a game called A Way Out, where it's a co-op game and it's basically about two brothers escaping from prison.
So like Prison Break. the
Sort
game.
of, yeah. But it's
Okay.
like, but it's co-op and it's just, it was really good. I think that should have won, but God of War is a good pick. Best narrative that went to Red Dead Redemption 2. That was,
So what were the other nominees for that?
So basically the same ones: Spider-Man, God of War, Detroit Become Human was in there, and Life is Strange 2 was in there as well. I mean, Detroit Become Human had a good narrative, but there were still so many just classic David Cage problems with it that you can't get past. Just stuff that doesn't make sense.
I don't know who David Cage is.
He directed Heavy Rain. He directed Beyond Two Souls.
Is he related to Nicolas Cage?
No,
Okay.
no, he's a Frenchie, so he's so I don't think so.
I don't know if that's a good term.
That's fine. He's French, whatever. I think he's French Canadian actually, but whatever. But Red Dead Redemption won that one, which again, not a surprise. Kind of makes sense. It seems like that was the right pick. Red Dead Redemption also won Best Score. Again, same nominees: Spider-Man, God of War, stuff like that. It won Best Audio Design, which I was actually surprised at because that was going up again against God of War, Spider-Man, but also Forza and Call of Duty. I don't know. I mean,
So that there was no. It seems because I pulled up the list too.
yeah.
It seems that PlayStation's they should call them the PlayStation Awards.
Well, a lot of people are saying either call it the PlayStation Awards or call it the Rockstar Awards, but yeah, it was. I mean, Roger Clark won Best Performance in terms of voice acting. He played Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption, and that was the one that I think set a lot of people off because Christopher Judge playing Kratos was really good in God of War, and Brian Deschart in Detroit Become Human. He's one of the playable characters in that. He was also really good. So, I don't know. I mean, Roger Clark I think he's like, I'm not even sure. I think he's like Australian. And he played he had like a deep southern drawl in Red Dead Redemption. He did a great job. But personally, I would have given it to Christopher Judge. Because, I mean, he really, his job as Kratos in the newest God of War was awesome. It was really good. So, I get it. I know a lot of people were upset. They felt like Red Dead got too many awards and that it was, other games were getting passed over. I was shocked that Spider-Man was shut out completely.
it didn't win anything.
It did not win a single thing.
That's shenanigans.
And that, to me, that's shocking. I mean, it
That-
should have won something.
that should have been like best narrative or something.
Yeah, I would have said best narrative or like best sound design, best score, like any of them. Yeah, for some reason it got shut out.
So best score and best audio design
Went
aren't
to-
the same thing.
No, best score is just the soundtrack. Audio design is how all the sound effects in the game are basically. So, yeah. Now I haven't listened to the soundtrack for really any of these games, but does Red Dead Redemption strike you as a game that has like a killer soundtrack?
No.
No, it doesn't. So I don't know. That was weird. That was a weird one. So in terms of the awards part,
I just feel like nothing got. It's just PlayStation.
a lot of PlayStation.
Is that how it always is?
I don't know. I forget in years past like what
So I'm looking at last
what
year's.
cleaned up. Yeah,
Last year's looked like
2017.
Nintendo was the king.
Okay.
Legend of Zelda won.
because Zelda won a lot.
They
yeah.
won best game direction.
Yeah.
Wait, Nintendo itself won. So a company won and not a game. That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
It's weird.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know. I feel like video game awards should be, I don't know.
Well, all these awards are just like the Grammys or the Emmys. They're all kind of just
Sure.
catering to one thing, and they're always biased.
It's
obviously.
always
But the
popularity.
Grammys and the Emmys and all those aren't one record label or one movie studio.
Right.
It's all movie studios being represented.
Right, but it's usually the same 4 or 5 actors and actresses all over.
Sure,
again.
yeah, but I mean, I just feel that
It's
I don't
a
know.
self-propelling.
It seems
I mean, yeah, to be fair, in the Game of the Year category, I think there's only one that isn't PlayStation, and that was Celeste, which I think was on the Switch. I don't know. I'm probably wrong about that. But all the others are PS4.
see that's
Like, it's... So, yeah. There's
Celeste
definitely a
was
case
on
to be made for
Celeste was on all of them, I guess.
that. Okay, so that was on all platforms. Yeah. So, but like Spider-Man, PS4 exclusive. You know...
Shenanigans.
Yeah, so it like I get it. Yeah, it's frustrating. There was also a bunch of they introduced a lot more categories for esports awards, which those people can go F themselves. I don't think that they should be part of the.
So you're not an esports kind of guy.
I despise esports, and I despise that they are becoming this thing where they're like, we should be in the Olympics. We should be considered athletes. We should be paid the same as professional athletes.
Do you not think that they should be considered athletes?
No, they shouldn't.
Why?
Because they're not athletes.
But they do. But they do need highly honed skills of some
So
kind.
No,
I'll say this:
stop.
that sometimes my hand, when I was a kid, my hands would hurt more from playing video games and shooting a basketball.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
You
That's
still,
just because you played video games more often.
no, I played
Let's call it-
basketball a lot when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, but
I mean, you still need peak performance. You still need heightened reflexes. You still need
No.
training. When it
Carpal
comes to-
tunnel's a real thing, man.
Well, I mean, so is injuring yourself on the
No,
field.
that's
Yeah.
but I'm saying like you can get those injured. Playing video games all day definitely hurts.
okay, but we're gonna put esports in the Olympics. I mean, come on.
I think it will get there before MMA does.
Well, sure, because MMA's too violent. But
Oh, video games aren't violent.
well, they are. Yeah, but
so
it's
when
not,
you're
it's not
murking
real,
somebody in Fortnite,
but it's not real violence. I mean, have you ever watched Olympic boxing? It's dreadful.
There's blood
Sure.
everywhere.
but
No,
boxing's
there's no blood. That's the point. It's like
Dro-
it's all about trying to score points. It's not about trying to
that,
knock the
yeah.
person out.
boxing's
yeah.
dreadful anyways.
Well,
for the most
no,
part.
real boxing can be
Real
good.
boxing.
Olympic boxing is.
But how often do
painfully
you get
boring.
real boxing? Most of the time, it's
Yeah, I know.
fixed.
Yeah,
whatever.
no,
We'll not get into that.
Yeah, we won't get into that. But no, the esports people they tried to rush through it at the beginning of the show, which I somewhat appreciate, but I should not get them out of there.
So from somebody that's not as big into video games as I used to be, video games used to be my life, and I was always that kid that was like, I'll never go away from video games.
Yeah.
And clearly that was not true. I don't mind the esports stuff. I can't stand when they shove it down your throat. Like
Yeah.
this ninja guy.
Oh,
I don't even know who he is, but I know what he looks like,
okay.
and I've heard his name 1,000
But
times.
millions of
already.
people do know who he is and watch them for
Right.
hours.
But here's my problem. So Ninja won an award for best content creator. He's not a content creator. He just plays Fortnite for like 10 hours straight. That's his content. When I think content creator, I think someone who, I don't know, has made something original.
Or made a game or something.
Or made a game. Yeah.
Sure. Well, he
Not
makes-
someone who just sits there and plays Fortnite for
He
10
makes
hours.
his original videos, I guess, but I mean, I still wouldn't call that's whack.
But
yeah.
that's not what he's known for.
if he wins like a streamy or something.
Yeah. He can
For sure.
he can win best Twitch streamer.
Sure, yeah. If
He
he
has
wins
the
a
most
streamy,
viewers. He has the
yeah.
most subscribers. Good for him. Great. You're not a content
I
creator.
don't understand why people enjoy that. Why people enjoy watching somebody.
It depends on who it is. So I will admit I do watch some Twitch streamers, but mainly
do it.
because first of all, they don't play Fortnite because I don't need to see that. Secondly, it depends. You have to get like people who have good banter, who actually interact with their audience and like have a good sense of humor. Like to me, that's worth watching.
Or have Murph on air
Yeah, or someone like Murph. Yeah,
throwing out
Sure.
racial
saying
slurs.
saying problematic things every
Drunk Murph.
every 5 minutes. Yeah, yeah. This ninja guy, a content creator, f off. He's not a content creator, but whatever. He had his moments at the Video Game Awards, so good for him. Fine.
He has his moments everywhere. He's everywhere.
I know he's everywhere. He's in commercials. Yeah, like
And it makes me hate him even more. I'm an Apple fanboy. I'll admit it. I enjoy my iPhone.
Yeah.
Seeing him in the commercials for like the Samsung,
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
know.
you degenerate. If there was any chance of me ever liking you,
Yeah.
you're dead to me.
Yeah, pretty much. So so again, the awards part of the actual awards part of the show, you can kind of take it or leave it. Like I choose not to take it too seriously. That's why it's like I'm not mad about Red Dead winning all these awards because I actually think it's a good game. So whatever. People want to get mad, go ahead and get mad. To me, the video game awards, the best part is the reveals and the new game announcements, which we had a few of those.
So something I just want to pose to you before you
Sure.
get into the announcements or what games they announced.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that video games are being more announced on award shows like this or things like this opposed to E3 like they used to?
No, I still think you're going to get the big ones saved for like E3. I think that the video game awards are just from like
Well, I mean,
if the timing's right, then you'll do it.
You
but-
have Nintendo, who hasn't really done anything at E3 for a while.
True.
They've kind of walked out.
Yeah.
And PlayStation said they won't be there at E3 this next E3.
But they have their own separate conferences though. Like there's always the Sony conference.
Sure,
and,
but I
you
mean
know,
that's still part of E3
Yeah.
though. They're not even
Yeah.
going to show up there.
I see if I were PlayStation or Nintendo, I'd rather announce at E3 than the video game awards. I think you have a bigger audience, more people are tuning in. It's a bigger event. But I mean, we did get some big reveals, so maybe they are starting to move
So
over.
lay 'em on me. What do we got?
So Ed Boon, the Mortal Kombat guy,
Yeah.
who is one of the best liars in the industry, and in a good way.
Better than the guy from Bethesda.
Yes.
I don't-
Yeah, no,
I
but-
think they're on the same level.
But Ed Boon is a liar in a good way because he came out and he said he was going to announce an award for best racing game, and it cuts to a trailer for Mortal Kombat 11.
and was that the Scorpion versus
Scorpion versus
Raiden?
Raiden. Yep. Raiden now looks evil as hell.
Well, didn't he turn evil in like the last game?
I think he did. Yeah. So there you go. So, but it looks awesome. It's the trailer is vicious as usual, as you would expect from Mortal Kombat.
And that was the trailer with that awful rap song on it.
yeah. Which
They chose a bad song, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
The trailer did look cool.
You take what you get. But trailer looks good. Obviously, MK11's been rumored to be coming out for a while. So
I don't think they'll get me to play it though.
really,
No,
did you not like MK10?
it was okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like they're getting to the point, and I'll quickly say this because I don't want to. Maybe we can make this a segment for another show. They're getting to the point that not that Mortal Kombat was ever believable,
Yeah.
but now it's getting to be unbelievable. Like,
Okay.
just look at the trailer. Like Raiden died like 3 times.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It's like how can you
His spinal cord got ripped out. Like,
How can you say that these people are in a tournament if every match they're getting their bones breaking or their back broken or their spine ripped out?
Yeah.
And they're expected to continue on in the tournament? It just
But have you ever played Mortal Kombat being like, I want a realistic fighting game?
kind of a little bit.
Oh, no.
I mean, it should be somewhat realistic.
They shoot, like, ice balls at each other.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, like-
you can have stuff like that, but when you get to the point where you're breaking their legs and their arms and everything,
Yeah.
that was like the pinnacle of what I could take. Once you started like doing those X-ray moves where you like broke their skull,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, get out of here. So, yeah, they could probably continue on with a broken arm or maybe a broken foot or something, but
Yeah.
get out of here. It's awful.
Not realistic enough for you?
I don't know. It's just too much for me.
Okay.
They're making it too brutal, just for the sake
Yeah.
of making something brutal. I don't know. It's just not as fun to me anymore.
Okay.
I'd rather play Tekken or Street Fighter or Soul Calibur
Yeah.
than
Or
Mortal
how-
Kombat
How about Super Smash Brothers?
or Super Smash Brothers. Yeah,
Because that was another big part of the show. Because obviously that was released hours after the Video Game Awards ended.
right.
So they were really pushing that. Their big reveal for that was that Joker from Persona is in it. I personally have never played any of the Persona games. But
In
apparently
Smash Brothers?
He's in Smash Brothers.
Wow. So they never. I didn't hear that.
They revealed it at the Video Game Awards, yeah.
But they still won't give me Waluigi.
No Waluigi.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know, I'm pissed too. I want a Waluigi in there. But so that was another big one. For me personally, the trailer that I enjoy it. And it was just a teaser trailer, but the one that I got the most hype for was the new Dragon Age game. It's going to be called Dragon Age: The Dread Wolf.
And this is the third game.
This is the third one. So,
Okay.
well, technically the fourth one, because there's Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Inquisition, and now this.
Okay.
So this is going to follow up Inquisition. I'm so pumped. I love the Dragon Age series.
Never played them.
They're really good.
I think I tried to, and I just
Not a fan.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, BioWare has some making up to do for us after they screwed over Mass Effect and completely destroyed that franchise.
Didn't they say something that, like, Mass Effect's coming back? They're doing something.
They keep teasing us with it. Yeah, they're not sure what they're doing.
Maybe this time the faces won't melt and stuff.
I mean, they had the head BioWare guy. I don't even know his name. I don't care. I hate that guy now. But they had him on stage, and he was like, well, you know, our biggest focus right now is Anthem. Do you know a single person who plays Anthem?
I'll play it.
You'll
Is it
play
out?
Really? Yeah.
It looks good.
Oh, God. Dimitri, do you play Anthem?
Nope.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it came out, though.
I've yet to meet a single person who actually plays Anthem.
That's that robot game, right?
Yeah, it's another stupid robot game.
That looks so cool, though.
Oh, please.
Didn't it have like really bad reviews?
Awful reviews, yeah. Terrible. And like BioWare's like, well, that's what our focus is right now. Meanwhile, they put out the worst Mass Effect game I've ever played in my life in Andromeda. And so they've got some making up to do. They have some butts to kiss, so this Dragon Age better be damn good.
I find it amazing that the hype machine was absolutely crazy for Anthem. I remember
It
being
looked so
everywhere.
good, but it looked so
Man.
good, so it sucks.
And then it came out and the game sucked.
Yeah, they poured so much money into marketing for that game, and it got awful reviews. And then they put out Andromeda, which got even worse reviews, and they didn't market that one at all.
But it says the
'cause they
game's
knew.
not. It says it's
Yeah.
not released until 2019.
Yeah, but they came out with
Maybe like an
a beta,
A
maybe
demo or
Yeah, I
something?
don't know, but please, Anthem, spare me.
I think it's gonna be good.
I hope it fails.
Oh, it looks so good.
I hope it bombs. And then BioWare can finally realize, okay, people don't care about Anthem. Let's go back to fixing Mass Effect, if we even can at this point, because they might have buried that into the ground now.
Oh,
But-
they buried it as soon as you were done with the normal
No, they can
Commander
still
Shepard.
they can still save it.
I don't
they can
think so.
still save it. I have faith.
You got to give me a compelling character like Commander Shepard. Or
Yeah, well, that was part of the problem. Andromeda had a lot of problems. That might be a separate show,
And-
just Andromeda in general.
faces were melting.
Okay, yeah, it had a lot of graphical issues. Yeah, sure, yeah.
That's the only thing I heard. I was like, I'm
were
all
the,
set.
Those were the least of my problems with it, but
Melting faces.
oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're excited for this Dragon
I'm
Age.
excited for Dragon Age. Dragon Age Inquisition was awesome. It's one of my favorite games I've ever played. So I'm hoping this one.
I
follows
always
it up
feel
nicely.
like Dragon Age was never. You're giving it high praise,
Yeah,
but every other person I ever talked to about it, they're just like, it's good.
yeah.
Like you're the first person I think I've ever heard that like loves it.
Oh, I
that
thought it
is
was
like
great.
super excited for it. Everyone's
Now-
like, yeah, Dragon Age is good.
So I'll admit that was my opinion for Dragon Age 1 and 2. I just was like, yeah, they're okay, whatever. Inquisition was the one that put me over the edge. I thought that one was excellent.
And wasn't that a continuation of those first two games?
Yeah, yeah. So they've gotten better as they've gone on. That's what gives me hope. Is that this, that the Dread Wolf, as it's going to be
Well,
called.
Mass Effects did that too.
Well, sure, yeah, they got
Mass
better as they
Effect
went on.
1, 2 to 3
Yeah, they
were
were
all
better.
great.
Yep. Mass Effect 3 was the best of all of them. Yeah, absolutely. But we'll see. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Dragon Age big time. Like I said, BioWare has some making up to do, so let's hope they do it. So that was big, and then the one that we all got hyped for was the trailer for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. I am so excited for this.
Yes.
I actually couldn't believe when it came on the screen what I was looking at, but
I lost all hope.
did you really? Yeah, so you didn't think it was going to happen. huh?
It's been what, like 12 years?
It's
at this
been a
point?
long
Me
time.
and Dimitri were talking about this a few weeks ago after one of the shows. We ended the show, and we were just sitting here talking, and I was just like, oh, I don't even remember. We were talking about like old cartoons, I think, at the
Or
time.
whatever it is. Yeah, yeah.
And then we went from old cartoons to old video games. And then I threw out the Hunter the Reckoning, which you've never played.
No, I have not.
Hunter the Reckoning similar to that, except you just don't have a bunch of Marvel characters. You have these like cool, awesome like demon hunter people type deals. And Hunter the Reckoning was the original game that you'd play beside like Gauntlet Legends, where you'd have like 4 friends and you guys would be on the screen together and you'd be fighting and killing monsters and beating up people. It was the number one beat 'em up beside like Gauntlet Legends, which was it's okay.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, unless you're playing Gauntlet Legends in the arcade,
Sure.
get out of here.
Right.
So Hunt of the Reckoning was that game, and they made 3 games. And they never made another one, and they always said they were going to make another one. They didn't. So then you finally got Ultimate Alliance. And you're like, all right, this is that same in the same vein of Hunter the Reckoning, the same as Gauntlet Legends, stuff like that. You have 4 players on the screen at one time. You're all beating up, having a good time, and the first Ultimate Alliance was amazing. The second Ultimate Alliance was even better.
That was Ultimate Alliance 2 was so good.
And the way they ended it, you're like, all right, we're getting a third one.
We're getting a third one.
And
Dust.
Ultimate Alliance 2 came out in 2009, so it's been almost 10 years at this point.
10 years, yeah.
And I had as much hope to see Ultimate Alliance 3 as I do to see Ace Ventura 3.
I want to see.
I want an Ace Ventura 3.
Yeah, I would have taken it.
Oh, no, I've lost all hope. But
Yeah, no, we won't get it now.
Shout out to my buddy Johnny. He said Hunter the Reckoning's dope, and I agree. It is one of the best games. I would love for a new Hunter the Reckoning, but we'll never get that because the studio that made it like dissolved.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah.
They'll never make it.
No.
But the next best thing is Ultimate Alliance for sure.
I'll take it. I'm
And
happy.
we should all play it when it comes out here in the studio.
we should.
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
really
do.
should.
Me and Jason were talking about doing like live streams for the Switch
Absolutely.
at some point.
We can do it right from
Now
here.
that I have one and he has one.
Oh, yeah. I'll just steal my brother's one, too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah,
you can.
that'll work.
Some games I know. I think Mario Party's the only one you can do it right now, but they're making more games where you can
Oh, okay. So what?
put the 2 Switches together.
Yeah. What consoles is Ultimate Alliance 3 coming out on?
Just Switch.
Just Switch.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Switch.
My
Switch
brother's
exclusive.
getting it, whether he
Yeah.
wants to or not.
Just Switch.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these games are now making like, you can create a lobby and have multiple people come in. Like already in Smash, you can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Like
imagine
kind of like a
Ultimate
mini
Alliance
server
is the same
type of thing.
thing. Yeah. You create a server and you create a lobby, and as much as like 8 or 9 people can join, and then you just switch out who's playing.
But do
at the
you
same time.
need to have like the online to play it like that, or
Yeah, I think so.
because
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance you could probably just have 4 people with 4 controllers.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Or at least the 4 people have to be like close to each other, because I
Yeah.
know that in Switch you can.
That's what I mean.
You can contact people like that are close to you.
Right.
I think you can play with 4 people online, or you can play with 4 people locally.
Okay. Yeah. so
you
then
just
there you
need
go.
2.
Maybe if you don't have
Controllers.
online, you'll
Joy-Cons
play,
or
right,
whatever,
you'll play
yeah.
locally, yeah.
So
Yeah.
4 controllers all together.
Yeah. So yeah, I was super pumped for that.
I would rather
It's
play
great.
with 3 other people in the room with me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to play online with a headset or something.
Yeah, it would take some getting used to. But
It's
for
more
a game like
fun.
Ultimate Alliance, it'd be weird.
It's
Yeah,
more fun having your buddies right next to you.
I agree.
A bunch of snacks, some sugary drinks, and just going ham on this game. Me
Yeah.
and my friends used to do it all the time. We'd spend like a Sunday. It'd always be on a Sunday. Usually, we'd hang out. We'd hang out on like a Saturday night, sleep over, and then all day Sunday we would just play Ultimate Alliance
Yeah.
and just get as far as we could. And it was the greatest. It was the best.
Yeah.
And the storylines are always awesome.
Yep.
They always took from really quality comics. The first one, who did you fight in the first? Was it Apocalypse in the first Ultimate Alliance, or was he in this? No, because the second one was based off Civil War.
Right.
The first, I can't remember who was the
Was it
first.
Apocalypse?
I think it was Apocalypse.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I think you're right though.
I think it was
him.
Apocalypse. I want to say it was Apocalypse, but
Well, and we saw we're getting Thanos in this one.
which
He's-
of course
he's in there, obviously.
you
so-
knew you had to.
Yeah.
You
Which is
had
good,
to get
'cause, like,
Thanos because
you know.
he's the hot to
Yeah.
trot right now. He's what
He's
everyone
everywhere.
wants. Yeah.
He's in
Yeah.
Fortnite. He's everywhere.
He's in Fortnite now. Yeah. So stupid.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people enjoyed him in Fortnite. Probably.
The funny thing is, most people don't even know who Thanos is before
No.
the movie came out.
Yeah,
Didn't even know.
It's
that.
That's
true.
true.
that's very true.
Yeah, I can't. I want to know who it was.
That means we have to replay the first 2 games right now.
We should replay them.
I mean, you might as well. Yeah, like
I mean, you have to, right?
you have,
Alright.
you have to wait for Ultimate Alliance 3 anyway. so.
it was the Masters of Evil, led by
yeah.
Doctor Doom.
I remember.
But I
facing
think
them.
Apocalypse was one of the bosses.
When is
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance 3 supposed to come out? Did it say?
Don't know actually.
Oh, it didn't say. Okay.
See if it says at the end of the trailer here. Yeah, there's Thanos. It just says Nintendo. Yeah, no date yet.
Okay. All right.
Probably sometime 2019.
Yeah, that's usually when they come out.
Yeah, I would imagine like first quarter 2019.
Really? I was saying like end of the year.
Oh, you think that late, huh?
Well, no, because they usually announce games, and well, maybe I do that with movies only, where
Yeah.
like they announce movies and
It
it's still like
depends.
another.
You know what I
years.
might be thinking of?
Yeah.
X-Men Legends,
Oh,
which
that's
was similar
entirely
to
different,
Ultimate
yeah.
Alliance, but it was
That's- yeah.
just X-Men. It wasn't all the Marvel characters.
Ultimate Alliance is better.
Sure. Yeah, but X-Men Legends was just a smaller niche, but it was the same type of game. It's just X-Men,
Yeah,
because X-Men can pull off. Yeah,
right.
it was X-Men Legends 2 was Apocalypse was the villain. That's what I was thinking of. So the first Ultimate Alliance was just the Masters of Evil, which was just all the bad guys led by Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And then part 2, you were split because it was Civil War. So you were either on Tony's team or you were on Cap's team,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. So,
Yeah. And
yeah,
they were
no,
just the
no
best
date
games.
for it yet, unfortunately. But yeah,
Maybe you're right. Maybe it will be like sometime next year.
yeah. I
Which
mean,
hope.
like it's weird because we got dates for a lot of other stuff. Like MK11 is April.
I mean, maybe it's still in development. Maybe it's so early. in
Did they announce? It looked like they just threw out a teaser trailer.
No, it was a full trailer.
But the trailer that they showed didn't show you like really gameplay. It looked like it was all just like
It showed like
cinematics.
a very small amount of gameplay. There was like 1 or 2 frames of it.
Yeah, so maybe it's still in development.
It's
far
definitely-
off. Still far off.
Yeah. Still in development.
So it couldn't. Yeah, maybe further in 2019. Yeah.
That's what they do. They usually just give you like the actual.
Did they announce?
Yeah, video.
Ooh. So they did announce some people. So far, announced playable characters are Black Widow, Captain America, Crystal, Drax, Falcon, Gamora, Groot, Iron Man, Hulk, Lockjaw. Who would want to play as Lockjaw?
I mean, they're gonna have tons of characters. It's gonna be like this. It's basically Smash Brothers.
Nick
Or-
Fury, Rocket, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Thor, Vision, and Wolverine is who's been announced so far. Bosses are Black Dwarf, Corvus Glaive, Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight, Sandman, Supergiant, and Thanos. The best part is it's the Black Order and Sandman.
Yeah.
It's like what? It's like let's
Why
toss
not?
the Sandman in there.
Why not? Just throw them in there.
That's awesome.
Let's give them some love. Yeah. But hey, that's a good cast. I'm down for it.
Oh, that's kind of weak, though. They're
What?
saying that this game is heavily inspired by the movies, so they're going to stick to more of the movie characters than where the other ones were more heavily involved by the comics.
Yeah.
So they just threw anybody who's been in the
Well,
Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, you figured that would probably be the case.
I don't know if I like that, though.
Well, you're gonna have to. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
And they're saying that additional villains in the game, Ultron, Green Goblin, Kingpin, the Sentinels, Ronan the Accuser, Ultimo, and Nebula are all present in the trailer. Why Ultimo? I don't want Ultimo.
Again, why not? Because
I'm excited for it. I really want it. I've been waiting a long time for it.
I'm pumped.
So
That was big.
it's huge.
So you guys owe me 2 games now.
Yeah, really. Jeez.
Well, I'm
The list
definitely
is growing.
I'm definitely getting Ultimate Alliance.
No, I'll probably have my brother get it because he has a Switch. So
And
There
I
you go.
definitely
Yeah.
need 3 people to play with me because I don't want to play alone because it'll be lame if I
well,
play
there you go.
alone.
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll have to steal a Switch, and we'll have switches.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all.
there we go.
Or one of us can just bring it in the studio. We're definitely going to start doing live streams at some point, maybe. I don't know.
I actually do
Yeah,
have a
so-
plan, so we're gonna have to. I'll talk to you about that later.
Oh,
Well, there
okay.
you go.
So
Big tease.
more on that in the future, Rifters. So we're winding down here, so we quickly want to get into Creed 2. Me and Jason saw it last Tuesday after the show. We
I
went
did
straight
not.
to the
Thanks
theater.
for inviting me.
Dimitri did not.
Well, you know,
Like we said, we didn't want to
we didn't
emotionally.
want the temptation of Burger King to
Yeah, we didn't
affect
want to.
you.
We didn't want to bring him into an emotional state of driving by Burger King
Yeah.
and
Of
not
course.
getting a 1-cent Whopper.
Of course.
Because I've never seen someone more psyched for a 1-cent Whopper than you, Dimitri.
I mean, it's a good deal.
It is.
Yeah, yes,
it is a really
and that's
good deal.
exactly how you said it last week.
Exactly like
Just
that.
walking
except,
around the studio, it's a good deal.
except with more passion. You were like, "It's a good deal." Your voice got a little higher. You were a little, yeah, yeah.
Apparently, it was a good deal.
It was.
I remember we were making fun of you in like the Mickey Mouse tone. I was talking like Mickey Mouse for like the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great deal, huh?
Can't wait for my 1-cent Whopper. Oh.
It's a great deal, guys. So me and Jason saw it. We can say that we were both big fans of the first Creed.
Yes.
The first
definitely.
Creed was
Awesome.
definitely one of the best Rocky movies or Rocky-oriented movies.
Yeah, I would say
franchise
so.
movies.
Yep.
So we're getting to spoiler territory here, like we said. So the last couple minutes of the show, we're gonna talk all about Creed 2. So if you have not seen Creed 2 and you want to see Creed 2, you probably want to get off now.
Yeah.
You probably want to leave the show
Yeah.
now for the
Yeah.
last couple minutes and just, come back maybe later on when it's up on iTunes.
Or
and-
next week.
Yeah, or next week or something like
Yeah.
that. So Creed 2 is continues right after the first Creed. He is more into his boxing career.
He's a champ.
He quickly becomes the champ in the first 5 minutes,
Yeah,
maybe,
like instantly. Yeah.
which I thought was the first mistake they made.
Okay.
Now, overall, we both said we enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It was
good, not great.
yeah, it was good, not great.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. Good, not great. I thought they could have done some things better, for sure. One being him winning the championship right away.
Mm-hmm.
I felt there should have been a montage, maybe, of him cleaning up the division to
Yeah.
get the title shot. The title shot should have been longer than they only showed you like one round of it.
Barely that. Yeah.
They're like, oh, they're in the 8th or
was-
9th round.
It was over fast.
And they only showed you like a couple of punches.
This was like the most one-sided championship bout ever.
But it went 8 or 9 rounds. So
Yeah.
why not show us the fight?
Just show. Yeah. I don't know.
They could have did it like classic, Rocky style and
Yeah.
show us, speeded up rounds.
Because
and-
I'm trying to remember. Did he get even like hit that hard in the championship bout, or was it just like maybe he got one hit, and then the rest of it he was just cleaning this dude up?
Well, no, because they made it. I think they made it like 8 or 9 rounds. The thing with
Okay.
the moral of the story was the champ, like Wheeler or whatever,
Yeah.
the Wheel Deal or whatever his name was.
Some stupid.
Yeah, they were saying like it should have happened sooner because he was slow now.
Okay.
So they were saying,
that's
like-
right, yeah. So
Like Adonis should have fought him, or he
Yeah.
should have chose to fight him sooner because maybe it would have been a different
It would
fight.
have been,
Because
yeah,
he was
closer.
just the moral, so he was just too quick for him, and he was just like eating his punches and stuff. But you barely saw that. You
Yeah.
saw maybe like one interaction of him going to his corner and him beating him. That was it.
Yeah.
They showed you more of the promoter that wanted to get the fight between
Yeah.
him and Drago's son
he got more screen time
in the
that.
audience than the fight itself,
Yeah.
which I thought was a mistake.
Yeah.
So there should have been a montage. There should have been a little bit more to go with that fight. I also wasn't a big fan of the whole him and Rocky fighting,
Yeah.
like not getting along.
not
and
getting along. Right.
I get it, sure, but I felt that it cheapened the story a little bit.
Well, it was weird because essentially he got into an argument with Rocky because Rocky wouldn't support him fighting.
Wouldn't be his cornerman.
He wouldn't
for
be
this-
his corner,
for the fight against Ivan Drago's son.
Right. Yeah. So and that's weird because that's the kind of thing I'd expect him to do in the first movie when he was
Sure.
still kind of maturing and still coming into his own to be like, well, screw you, then I'll do it on my own. I feel like now at Creed 2, he should be more like mature and had have been more like, okay, I get it. Like,
Or
I don't know.
what they should have did, they should have had maybe him do something a little deplorable, Ivan Drago's son, to make his motivation for wanting to fight him was so rushed. I felt that was another thing. Like, I get it. He killed his father killed his dad. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
And they're making fun of him, keep pushing him, but it should have been maybe had him like disrespect his girlfriend or disrespect his mom or something.
Yeah.
I just felt like the hatred wasn't enough. Like, to me, I mean, I don't know.
Well, his only motivation was, and Drago's son's motivation was that, well, our family fell to ruins after that.
I felt his motivation was amazing.
It was great. And like that made sense, but like they showed that too late. You know what I mean? Like they should have really pushed that story more, because you actually ended up feeling bad for the Drago family in general at the end.
Right. And we'll get to that, definitely. But the motivation for the main character of Adonis Creed,
weird.
you're kind of like, I can't get behind you, man. Like, I can't get behind you. You're kind of like being a baby about this. Like, his dad killed your dad. I get it. It sucks. But it's not like he wasn't even being like a dirtbag about it. There was, this kid wanted to just have a title shot.
Yeah.
And the promoter, the Don King-like guy, kind of was the scumbag. If anyone, he should have been mad about him, opposed to. And then, like you said, Ivan Drago. I can't remember his name for some reason.
Too. It began with a K.
I can't remember his name. It bothers me.
Oh yeah, gotta look it up.
But so the whole thing is, you see Drago training his son, and you're picturing, if you're a fan of Rocky IV, he's gonna be jacked up. He's gonna be on drugs. It's gonna be like Drago. Like, he's not gonna be like a fair guy.
Yeah.
But his son's winning legitimately. He's training really hard. Drago's, training him on these insane levels of driving, making him run and having driving a car behind him. Like, he's going to hit him if he slows down.
Yeah.
Just constantly pushing this kid, pushing him, just constantly training, having him legitimately fight guys in his training sessions instead of just sparring with them.
Right.
These guys are trying to knock him out. So he has to legitimately knock out his training partners.
Yeah.
To
Was
progress.
Victor Drago was his name.
Victor Drago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Victor with a K. That's why.
That's it. Okay. And like you said, towards the end of the movie, well, I'd say towards the middle on, they get you this feeling of you feel bad for him.
Yeah.
They have the fight. Rocky's not in Adonis's corner, and Drago destroys him.
He
really basically destroys him. And here's where I thought this was like the third mistake they made was, if you did want to have that Rocky not being in his corner, cool. He should have been knocked out. He should have lost.
Yeah.
He should have lost the belt. He should have lost, but it ends up being a disqualification, which was a cop-out.
It was.
Cop-out.
And I thought it was weird because it's not like Adonis Creed was undefeated. He had a loss going into that fight. So you could have had him lose. It's not a big deal.
He had the loss in the first movie?
Yeah, he lost in the first movie. So, like, it's not like you have to protect his undefeated record by having him get disqualified.
Sure.
You can have him lose the belt.
Yeah,
like
Rocky lost like 10 times.
Yeah, that adds even more motivation for him to win. And actually, that would have been more shocking to the audience.
And that would have been the motivation, I think, for... Because, again, it was hollow for him coming back to.
Yeah.
Now, I'm making it sound like I don't like this movie. I really did like it.
It was actually good. Yeah, we promise.
But the mistakes that they made really hindered it from being great.
Yeah, I agree.
To being an all-timer, for sure.
Yeah.
And then, Rocky ends up, whatever the reasoning of him coming back, he comes back. He ends up training him in this crazy Rocky-esque training montage.
Yeah, he drives him out to the desert. And
fourth mistake, no punching of the meat.
Oh, yeah, they didn't do that.
No meat.
That's true. Yeah. No. I mean, I did think the desert training part
was cool.
It was cool. It was different.
Cool.
He was doing some
though.
different stuff, but no meat. Yeah.
No meat.
No. Yeah.
I need meat.
How did you feel about the girlfriend the whole time? Because I'll be honest, she got on my nerves.
She was kind of, because she wanted to live her dreams.
Yeah.
But yet she'd get mad at him. Granted, her dreams, well, okay, I didn't think about it. Now I'm thinking about it. his dreams hurt him. He's a boxer. He's getting hurt.
Yeah.
But she's losing her hearing, so her making music is hurting her too.
Right.
So for her to live her dreams, she's hurting herself. Just like for him to his dreams, he's hurting himself.
Sure.
So I guess like she should have maybe understood him better than anybody.
It was more that like she became more prominent of a part of the movie than I would have wanted. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't like
sure, right.
that she should just be like the side trophy and shouldn't,
Yeah.
It's fine that she's in it, but like it's almost like the story became more about her at one point.
Sure.
And I was like, no, I don't care about her that much.
And
I'm sorry, I don't.
I think they went that route because they wanted to try to push Rocky out, and that's another reason why they had that argument probably to kind of make him not be in the movie majority of it.
Yeah.
You just come in
and have it be more the girlfriend that's
a little bit because
like I'll be honest, so the final fight, they do these big grand entrances, and I actually thought Drago's entrance was really cool.
Yeah.
With the Russian anthem playing, and like you can see he's actually like for the first time in the movie, he's like, whoa, this is huge. Like it's actually getting to him emotionally. I thought Creed's entrance was so lame.
Yeah,
with
her
his,
singing
with his
the
girlfriend singing and like leading him down the
and the
alley.
light show and everything.
And it's a lame ass song that's like, I'm going to war. It's like, shut up, get out of
Yeah,
here. Like,
yeah,
come on,
yeah.
no, trash.
But back to Victor, you get to see that after Ivan lost to Rocky, his life was ruined.
Yeah, his wife left him.
His wife left him. She's like a huge dirtbag.
Oh, she sucks.
And it's his actual like the wife it was
yeah
in the fourth Rocky movie.
Yeah.
It was Rocky Sylvester Stallone's wife at the time. I think he was married to her.
Oh, I didn't even know that part.
He was
Okay.
married to her at the time of the movie.
Okay.
So it was cool that
Interesting, yeah.
they're still on terms enough to bring her back.
Sure, yeah.
But she was like the scummiest individual.
Awful.
She left Ivan because he lost.
Yeah.
I guess the steroids weren't enough.
No.
She pumped him with steroids, and that still wasn't enough for her. Because he lost, she left him and ended up. I'm assuming
She ended up with some Russian dignitary. We
Right.
don't know what level he's at,
Right.
but he's a
They don't-
Russian dignitary
and
he's
a pretty
high up.
big one, right?
Yeah, he's high up.
Yeah, he's like a governor or what.
Right.
I don't know how the Russian government works, but he's like under Putin or something.
He's an important person.
Yeah, he's a very important, and she's married to him now.
Right.
So then once Victor does such a good job in the first fight, they want to now back him.
Yeah.
They want to give him the Russian colors on his shorts instead
Yeah.
of just black and white, shorts that he had. They
Yeah.
give him the Russian colors, and they bring him to this dinner, and you see that Victor's pissed at his dad because his dad was the only person that took care of him or did anything for him, and they
Right.
had to live in like the outskirts of like Kiev and like this
Yeah.
rundown
Well, they were outcast.
building. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were treated like trash.
Yeah.
And he's pissed that now he's accepting them back so easily. And you really get to feel bad
Yeah, you do.
for Victor Drago. To the point that at the end, you don't get a satisfying ending to the fight.
Okay. Yeah.
Because his dad throws in the towel.
Right.
And it's like,
See, okay. So
on one end, you wanted to see him get knocked out.
sure, there was a party that did.
But then on the other end, you're kind of like, his dad was making him tough all this time, and now his dad's going to give up on him too?
No, see, I didn't view it that way.
Well, I guess the way they wanted to go for it was his dad threw in the towel because he loves him,
Yeah.
and he already put him through enough.
And he realized that, like, look, this isn't worth it. Like, I still have my son. Like, because
Sure.
his ex-wife was at the fight with whatever,
And they left
dignitaries,
once he
and
started to
They
lose.
left when he started to lose, and you can see Ivan Drago sort of see that, and he's like, "You got to be kidding me! Like, this kid's going through hell, and you're just gonna leave in the middle of the fight."
But how do you know he couldn't have won?
Well, he pretty much had a sense it was over at that point.
See, I feel like they should have just the way they should have ended it. They should have had obviously Adonis win, but they could have ended it similar to how it happened with Floyd and McGregor,
Yeah.
where maybe he got some other ropes and he's hitting them, and
standing
and the ref,
knockout.
yeah, and the ref stops it.
Yeah.
So he's still up. He's not fully knocked out because I think it would have been too out of the realm to just flat out knock him out.
No, yeah.
But I felt the throwing of the towel just made him into this like sad character where he was already like, yeah, I get they wanted you to feel for him, so you were kind of like in doubt of wanting him to lose.
Yeah.
But at this point, you're kind of just like,
Well, see, that's my point. Is he was always kind of a sad character.
Sure,
the whole
but-
movie he was.
but you kind of get that full. They close the circle where there's
Sure.
not. He can't come back from this. He's just always going to be like a miserable, sad character.
No, probably not. Yeah.
But
He's sort of, I don't know, like they show the end where him and his dad are, instead of him running with his dad chasing him in the car, they're running together. It's like,
but showing you that now, are we going to see something like? Why show you that if that's the end of his story?
oh, it may not be the end of his story.
I don't know how you bring him back.
But it'd be tough to bring him back, but they might find a way.
All right. So, where would you rank this among all the past Rocky movies?
Man. Okay, so to me, see, I got to the Rocky movies late.
Okay.
So I don't maybe have the same appreciation for them as many people do.
Sure.
Rocky 4 is my favorite.
Rocky 4 is probably the best.
Yeah. So I think that's still number one.
The ultimate meat pounding.
Yeah, like that one still goes number one for me.
Yeah.
I put the original Creed 2. I put Rocky 5, 3.
Rocky 5?
Yeah, I actually kind of liked it.
The street fight Rocky?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awful.
I thought it was cool.
Oh, it was so bad.
I thought it was cool.
Oh, that movie was awful.
I thought it was all right. And then I put this one 4, and I put Rocky 3, 5. And Rocky 1 and 2, I don't know, a toss up for me. Oh. Yeah. I know. I've always liked Rocky 5, and every time I say it, someone's like almost vomiting in their mouth. But I do. I thought
it's so bad.
I thought it was kind of cool.
I don't know. For me, Rocky 4 definitely.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
I'd say a tie for 2 is Rocky Balboa and Creed 1.
Okay.
I thought Rocky Balboa was amazing.
Yeah.
Him coming back, an old dude trying to do it one more time. I thought it was just the right sentimental value. You got the quality of the old pounding of the meat when you got the old trainer before he passed away. Creed's old trainer, like original Creed. I thought that was really cool. I like that his son is the one that trained him in this movie. That was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Like that callback. So I'd say Rocky 4, Creed 1, and Balboa tied for 2. So 2 and 3, they would be 2, 3. So the fourth best movie, I would have to say, I'm not a big fan of the whole they go all the way and they lose at the end. It happens too much.
Yeah, it does happen
So
a
I'd
lot.
say Rocky 2 would be 4. Rocky 1 would be 5. Rocky 3 would be 6. And Rocky 5 would be the worst movie.
Okay.
Where I would stick Creed 2,
Yeah.
it would probably be in that area around Rocky 3 or Rocky 1.
Okay.
Kind of like towards the tail end.
Yeah.
But not
dead smack in the middle, but
yeah,
not all the way at the back.
not all the way at the back, yeah.
Okay.
Towards the end, but yeah.
So you were really down on it. Well, I shouldn't say really down on it, but you were more disappointed than you expected.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It almost to the point of I didn't like it. It was
Yeah.
closer to the end of not liking it than loving it.
See, I was expecting a letdown because I always do with sequels, but it didn't let me down as much as I thought it would.
Because
So
I
maybe
loved
that's why.
I loved the first Creed.
Yeah,
I thought it was so good.
The first Creed made me want to run through a brick wall after I saw it. It was so good.
It made me have like this immense love for Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
And I just feel, even this, I feel like he wasn't.
He was okay in this. Yeah,
He
this was
didn't
not his
really-
best performance.
I blame it on the director change.
Yeah, that's probably a big part of it.
Because the original director was what? The Black Panther director, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So
I think that
it could be a big part of it.
there wasn't a lot of. There wasn't as much heart in this one
Yeah.
as
No, I agree. It definitely was lacking something.
it lacked some heart,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
And there were some dumb decisions. Other than that,
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say end of the spectrum of the Rockies. No meat really hurts it.
Yeah.
The
I
no
know.
meat hurts it.
I
didn't even
hadn't
think
thought
about
of
it then. Yep.
I hadn't thought of it until you mentioned it. But I was like, guys, you're right.
No
Yeah,
meat.
There wasn't any meat.
No meat.
Uh,
There's always meat.
it's got to be meat.
No meat.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a shame.
What did they replace the meat with? It was
Dudes in tires and
dudes and tires.
yeah.
It's like I see him punching up dudes. I want meat.
He did a lot of digging in the desert.
The sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer.
The sledgehammer was.
Yep.
There was no meat though.
No, that was basically it. There was something else weird he had to do. Oh, they had him tied up, hanging from the ceiling, and Rocky
And
was
hitting him with
beating the crap out of him. With
with like a medicine ball or something.
Yeah, medicine ball. That was it. Yeah. That
Yeah.
replaced the meat. Was just this insane extreme training.
Originally, it was supposed to be Clubber Lang, who was Mr. T.
Yeah.
In the third movie.
Right.
He was going to be the guy that was in charge of this training
that would've been
facility.
cool.
But I guess he couldn't make it work.
That might have helped it a little bit. Because the guy who was in charge of it was like so bland.
Yeah, who was
I
he?
actually forgot.
It was
in
just
the
something.
movie.
He was just like, "Brr."
He was just like a dude.
He's like, "What's up, guys?"
He was like, "Oh yeah, I just have this facility here.
Here you go.
Here it is.
Here it is.
Okay, just in the middle of nowhere."
And also, too, like the montage to me wasn't. All the Rocky montages are so inspirational to me. Like when you have that song.
Yeah.
Obviously, they can't play the Rocky song. They changed it in Creed. They gave him some kind of like cool
Yeah, they
rap
changed
song,
it.
but it worked. It was
It
a really
worked.
cool rap song, and
Yeah.
they should have gave him something similar to. What was this? Was it even a song? Was there anything? What was it? It was probably a rap song.
It was. I forget
was
what it
so
was. It was a popular
uninspirational, though,
rap song. Yeah.
that I just didn't even.
It was all right.
Yeah.
It was just funny.
It wasn't like the Rocky movies where like you got the theme and just all the training, the running on the beach montage,
Yeah.
the farm montage from the fourth one when he's in the cold,
Right,
and he's
yeah.
running up the mountain,
Yeah.
while they're showing Drago
Badass.
doing all the treadmills and the artificial training while he's pulling himself up in the farmhouse, and he's running up the mountain and he's punching the meat, and he's
Yeah.
I just felt like that was another big thing too. This will be my last statement because I know we want to end here. We don't want to go too much longer. They tried so hard to make it be so different from the Rocky movies that they kind of alienated themselves from it.
Yeah.
Creed was that perfect balance of new and Rocky.
Right.
This was too much new.
This felt like new age Rocky and too new age. Like
It didn't even feel like Rocky. It
No,
felt like a
that's
boxing
what-
movie.
Right, yeah.
I felt like they were trying so hard to separate themselves from all the Rocky stuff
Yeah.
that all the stuff that you come to love from watching a Rocky movie or a Rocky oriented movie, you lost it. There was no meat. The montage was weak.
Yeah.
Really
wasn't,
weak.
Wasn't that good.
I mean, it was a cool boxing montage.
Yeah, sure.
But for one to get me like psyched up and pumped
Didn't get
up,
me amped,
No,
no.
didn't get amped. There was no jumping at the end of a
I
statue.
actually
or-
went back and watched the montage from the first movie after I got home from the second movie because I was like, no, I remember this one being cool.
Yeah,
and it was.
And he's running down the street and everyone's following
Yeah.
him. I'm just like, yes. Yes. Like,
Yeah.
that was so good. And it just lacked heart.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. It tried too hard to separate itself from Rocky, and it lacked heart.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they did it because Stallone said, this is my last film, which I guess he recanted. He says he's coming back
Oh,
now.
is he now?
I
Okay,
heard. That's
yeah.
what I heard. I don't know how
We'll
true
see.
it is,
Yeah.
but so they're going to kill him next movie probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's good. It's mediocre.
It's good, not great.
Mediocre.
It's fine.
Good, not great. That's
Yeah.
it. If you're expecting a montage, some meat pounding, some quality inspirational stuff, you're not getting it in this
No.
film. Not at all. Nope. Not at all.
No, unfortunately.
Nope. So that's it for our review of Creed. If I had to give it a number, I'd say a 6.57.
I was gonna say like 6.4.
Like a 6.5, maybe. You could maybe pull my leg and get a 7 out of it.
Yeah.
It's legitimately just average.
Yeah, upper middle. Yeah.
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 It's just average. Just average. Very mediocre. Lacks a lot of heart.
Yeah.
For sure. So we're winding down here. We're just going to do quickly what we're looking forward to. Dimitri, what are you looking forward to?
Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's fitting. Yeah.
Now, you won't be next week.
I'm out. I'm leaving on Friday.
So Jason will be visiting family again. So I don't know if there'll be an episode next week. I kind of want to get Mitch on before the new year. So maybe if I can get Mitch on, we'll have a an episode with Mitch, and it'll just be me and Mitch talking, because I know we haven't talked a lot of comic books. I know I keep saying I'll get back to it. I haven't. We've lacked comic books, something that was the main pillar of Static Rift. So maybe if Mitch can come on, maybe we'll do a Mitch and John comic pants off, maybe. But if not, we won't be back until the Rifties, which will be the first show of the new year. So probably the second week in January. So stay tuned to the social medias. I'll let you know if there'll be a show next week. But if it's not next week, we won't be back until early to mid-January, because we'll take off. We won't be here on Christmas. We won't be here on New Year's Day. So thanks for listening in on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to find us on all the social medias, you can do so at Static Rift Radio. If you want to listen to any past episodes, you can do so on any podcasting platform: iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones that I don't even know of. Dimitri knows them, I don't. So on any place that you can listen to a podcast, you can listen to our past episodes. Just search Static Rift or the Go Network, and we'll pop up. I know I'm slacking on putting up the episodes. I will get them done, I promise. By the time the Rifties are up, every episode will be up. I promise you that. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you know again if there'll be an episode next week. Right now it's 50-50. It depends on Mitch. If Mitch says he'll be on, all right, we'll have it. So thanks again for listening in. You can find us here on the Go Network. Same static place, same static time. I love you all. Good night.